Hello, I'm Game Retainer, and in this video I'll be going over a handful of interesting locations that you can find in 7 Days to Die. I have made a few of these videos in the past. I will link one at the top of the screen now if you want to check that out. Also, I tried to keep the maps varied, so I will be putting coordinates at the top of the screen and a map name at the bottom for each of the entries. Now with that said, let's jump straight in. Up first is King's View. Now this one is very easy to miss since it doesn't look that interesting at first glance. However, if you look up, then you will find something pretty entertaining. Perched atop this tower, you will find a porcelain throne. And while climbing up here is easier said than done, if you're interested in taking a crap with a nice view, then this is probably one of the best places to visit. Aside from that, there's not much here, but still. It's a toilet on a tower. What more could you want? Up next we have the Almeida Residence, or Almeida, I don't know. I think it's Almeida, but you know, it's my video. I'm saying Almeida. This place is interesting in itself, just by the way it looks. The loot's not bad either. But what makes this place really interesting and morbid is what's going on underground. It has a nice modern basement that is fit to survive an apocalypse. Unfortunately, things did not go to plan for the former residents. In particular, this crispy fellow in here. If you make your way to the sauna, every time I've been here, there's always been one crispy dude, which is kind of morbid and also quite entertaining. This place is a cool one to explore. There are lots of fun features, so I do advise coming here and clearing this out. And it's not bad for a base, to be honest. The Burgcaneer is one of the, let's say, most unique looking locations that you'll find in 7 Days to Die. This party place has a pretty cool pirate ship on the top, and while it is kind of split in half, it's still cool. It's also pretty good for gathering various loot and resources. There are plenty of chairs that you can take apart for leather. There are some shelves where you can get some seeds. And if you make your way into the back of the building and head to the pirate bay, then you will find the main loot area, which is situated on this fun little stage. Just keep in mind if you come here, like most locations in the game, making your way to the main loot room will trigger a nice little wave of enemies. One other nice feature of this POI is the fun box, which is a kids play zone that you can parkour your way up and out the building onto the roof, where you can enjoy the lovely pirate ship. Up next is Poopy Pants City Daycare. On top of having a wonderful name, this place has quite a lot going for it. Similar to the previous entry, there is a nice playground, and while you might not feel like playing during a zombie apocalypse, it's still pretty cool. This tower at the front also works as a nice vantage point. If you want to hop in here, you can throw down a chest or two and you can see for miles, which is quite nice. Getting to the main loot is easy because you just go through the door, you smash your way through here, and here it is. Very quick and easy, so it's nice for looting. But every room is designed for kids. That is, of course, minus the occasional blood splatter and bones that you'll find lying around. There's also plenty of books, with it being an educational place, which is quite nice for those who are looking to complete certain magazine sets. Overall, it's a pretty fun one to clear. It's not too difficult, but at the same time, it's not as easy as you think, considering it's a daycare, but definitely a lot of fun. This is Weedle Bro Gardens, and I know what you're thinking. There's an awful lot of barbed wire for a single trailer. But that is because it looks like the former owner and occupant was doing some rather nefarious things in the greenhouse. And as you can see, I call it the greenhouse for a very special reason. If you've seen any of my other videos, then you'll know how much I love the way the Fun Pimps tell a story without saying a single word, and this is one of those locations. It's not big, it takes 5 minutes to clear, but I really like it because, well, it's got weed, allegedly. I am just going to give a quick honourable mention to the Bottomless Barrel Buffet, and that is because of this ambulance outside. I could be wrong, but this feels like a joke centered around the real-world heart attack grill in America, and one would assume that a place that serves a bottomless buffet would need an ambulance from time to time to carry away any customers who may have had a little too much. But I thought it was mildly interesting, so it makes this list. Gonuts Donuts is both funny and interesting. While there is the rather obvious association between police and donuts here, there are a few interesting things inside this building that are worth noting. Firstly, throughout this building there are loads of wanted and missing posters, and while you'll see these scattered around the map, it's quite nice to see them in one place, especially since it's a police station. It kind of helps create that cool feeling that these were being investigated. With it being a police station, you will also find police. And by far the coolest feature in this POI is this little interrogation area and place where the perps line up. Unfortunately for you, Wrecked won't be there. I spawned him in because, well, who doesn't want to put Wrecked on trial? This place does have a decent amount of loot, and it's also relatively easy to clear. If you come here with a wrench and an axe, you can take quite literally everything apart. If you head to the middle floor, you will also find what seems to be an evidence room, or where the police would keep their weapons and armor and all that good stuff. The loot isn't the best, not the worst, but like I said, if you come here with a wrench, you'll get plenty of stuff anyway. And it's a police station, so it's pretty fun to explore. I'm going to finish off this list with a place that I only found out about thanks to a comment left on one of my videos. This is the Dead Rooster. The first thing I want to say about this place is it's very easy to clear and perfect for an early game base. The interior is pretty empty, it's pretty nice, and yeah, I highly recommend it for a base. But that's not why it's on this list. Why it's on this list is because of this down here. It looks like this was an underground cockfighting ring. Can I say that? Probably not, but still. Roosters are here, and it looks like people would come pay and watch them fight. This place is good for meat early on, obviously. Roosters. But on the map that I've shown the coordinates for, the developers have added a nice little extra treat. I don't know whether this is intentional or not, but I find it quite funny. Next to the Dead Rooster, aka a cockfighting arena, you can grab a bite to eat at Dick's Diner. I just like the fact that you have the two side by side. Whether I'm reading into that too much, I don't know, but it just seems too conveniently placed to be coincidence. So I hope you found this video interesting. I love making this type of content. I mean, one, it's easy, and I am lazy, so I will admit that. But also, I get to learn more about the game too, which is really, really fun. As I mentioned in the intro, I have made a few of these, so if you want to go and check those out, feel free to do so. And if there are any other interesting locations you can think of, then let me know in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next video.